Okay, let's just dive right in. So while most of us were winding down for the holidays, Nvidia just dropped a bombshell on Christmas Eve, a massive, game-changing deal that basically screams that the next phase of the AI arms race is already here. And look, this isn't just another acquisition. This is a huge power play for the future of AI itself. Just look at this number. $20 billion. To give you some perspective, the company they went after, Groq, was valued at just under $7 billion like 3 months ago. Nvidia just paid nearly triple that. In this kind of market, that's absolutely wild. So the real question isn't just what did they buy, but why on earth were they willing to pay such an insane premium for it? And this quote right here, it gets straight to the point. In the super high-stakes game of AI, speed is literally everything. For a hot second, it looked like Nvidia might finally have a real competitor on its hands, a company that had figured out how to be faster in a really critical way. So what is this technology, and why was Nvidia so desperate to get under their roof? To really understand that price tag, you have to get that the entire AI industry just shifted. The ground moved under everyone's feet. This isn't just about business anymore, it's about where AI is evolving. The battle isn't just about teaching AI how to learn anymore. Now it's all about making AI think and act on its own, in real time. It's a totally new battlefield. It all boils down to this. For the last few years, everything was about training. That's the heavy-duty work, right? Feeding a model just mountains of data for months on end. But from here on out, the whole game is inference. That's the AI actually using what it learned, spitting out a response, making a call, instantly. That's where all the value is heading.
So what's driving this huge shift? It's this new flavor of AI called agentic AI. We're not just talking about systems that can answer your questions anymore. We're talking about AI that can autonomously get stuff done. Manage entire projects, solve customer service problems on the fly, operate smart factories. And for these agents to actually work, they need millisecond-level responsiveness. Any lag, any delay, and the whole thing just falls apart.
And right here, this is where Nvidia saw a massive threat. I mean, their GPUs are absolute monsters for training, but they weren't designed for the kind of instant, low-latency thinking that these new agentic AIs need. Groq, on the other hand, they built a chip from the ground up to do one thing and one thing only: pure, blistering inference speed. Their chip, the Language Processing Unit, or LPU, was a direct shot at Nvidia's future.
Okay, so Nvidia sees the threat coming straight at them. But how do you neutralize your fastest competitor when you know antitrust regulators are watching your every move? This is where the deal gets, well, it's brilliant and honestly a little sneaky. You don't buy the company. You do something else. You have to listen to the very careful wording from Nvidia's CEO, Jensen Huang. We are not acquiring Groq as a company. Now, that isn't just corporate speak. That's a very deliberate strategic signal. They knew a traditional merger would be tied up by regulators for years if it even went through at all. So they found a backdoor. They used a playbook strategy called a reverse acqui-hire. It's a real insider tactic. So instead of buying the whole company, which triggers all these massive federal reviews, you just license its core technology and then you hire away all of its most important people. You get the brains and the blueprints and you leave the empty corporate shell behind. So here's exactly how the move went down. Step 1. You write a massive $20 billion check for a license to Groq's tech. Step 2, you poach the CEO and all the top engineers. Step 3, Groq technically stays independent, so there's no merger for the FTC to actually review. And the result? Nvidia gets everything it wanted, with zero regulatory headaches. It's an absolute masterclass in corporate strategy. But Alex, while the market might be applauding this as a brilliant move, it brings up some really urgent questions. Because this isn't just about one company outsmarting another. This is about a level of power consolidation that could shape the future of AI for every single one of us. The logic in big tech is just ruthless and simple. This deal wasn't about a partnership, it wasn't about fostering innovation, it was about eliminating a competitor that had built something faster. It's just a raw, powerful flex of market dominance. And make no mistake, this was way more than a tech deal. It was a calculated talent raid. They didn't just get 74 patents. They got Jonathan Ross, the guy who literally started Google's TPU program, the first real threat to Nvidia's hardware. They hired the man who knows the playbook of their biggest rivals, inside and out. This kind of brain drain basically ensures that the next big breakthrough doesn't happen at some scrappy startup. It happens inside Nvidia.
So what this all means is that by absorbing its only real competitor for this kind of speed, Nvidia is making sure that the very foundation for all future AI, that always-on layer on our phones and in the cloud, is going to be built on silicon that they control. They are literally creating a monopoly on speed.
And Sam, that monopoly on speed has massive, massive implications way beyond Silicon Valley. You really can't get your head around a $20 billion price tag unless you see it through the lens of geopolitics, specifically this escalating tech Cold War between the US and China.
Right now, the US is the dominant player in making the high-end chips you need for AI, but that lead is not guaranteed. A move like this isn't just about profits. It's about national security. It's about making sure the most cutting-edge technology stays in American hands and making that gap even wider.
Every single one of these corporate deals is a strategic calculation. When you consolidate Groq's tech under Nvidia, you're not just helping a company, you're creating a national asset, a powerful tool to maintain and expand this critical compute advantage over any strategic rivals.
And here is the end game. We know China is pouring unbelievable resources into reverse engineering Western chip tech. So the US strategy, which this deal just put on steroids, is to move the goalpost so far and so fast that by the time a rival builds a copy, the technology is already old news. By hoarding the world's fastest inference tech, you make it nearly impossible for anyone to catch up.
And that brings us to the final and maybe the most sobering thought here. We've seen the why, the how, and the global stakes. But what does this level of consolidated power in one place truly mean for the future of innovation?
What this deal really signals is the end of an era. You know, the whole story of a couple of brilliant engineers in a garage changing the world, that might be over. The new reality is, if you create something truly disruptive, the big guy doesn't compete with you. It just absorbs you.
So that leaves us with this central question, doesn't it? In this incredibly high-stakes race for AGI, has Nvidia become a vital national champion, gathering up resources to win a global tech race, or has it become something else entirely? A monopoly so powerful that no competitor, and maybe not even any government, can actually stop it.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. It really helps the channel grow. See you in the next video.